Most lessons in Danger Zone are designed for parents. However, this lesson is designed for parents and children. Teenagers, preteens, everywhere in between. This is for families. I'm Jonathan Burns. Thank you for joining me on Danger Zone, Parenting in the Digital Age. Today we're looking at rules for all technology. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to foster conversations between parents and children. And we're going to go over 10 different rules to help you build your life with technology, with the digital age, with all the things that come in between. Rule number 1 is this: you do not own the device. Your parents own the device, and you are permitted to access the device. If the device is not used in a responsible way, your access will be restricted and even removed. This is a simple rule. It's simply designed for accountability. Everyone needs accountability, and everyone at some stage in life has accountability. The things that we're talking about are important. They're important to your parents, and hopefully you will learn they are important to you. And basically, we're trying to build the concept of you and your parents working together. You have responsibility, and now it's time to step up to the challenge. Rule 1 designs responsibility. Rule 2 is this: passwords are not secrets. Your parents will have unlimited access to the device. All passwords will be shared. The device passwords and any application passwords will be shared. There are no secrets between you and your parents. Maybe a conversation you need to have between parents and children and parents is the ability to openly communicate. Yes, we understand mistakes will be made, but we need to understand between one another there are no secrets. Now don't miss this. You're not the parent. The parents are the parents. You don't have access to their passwords, but they do for yours. It's designed to help you and not harm you. If you look at it this way, it's not designed to take away from you, but it's designed to help you understand that there are dangers and you need to be aware of them. Rule number 2 builds the concept of no secrets. Rule number 3 is this: you do not have privacy. Your parents are your parents, and they are not here to help you get away with what others your age might do. Digital access is not a right, it is a luxury. Every text, message, private message, direct message, or any message of any kind is not private. The internet is forever. It may seem like a small thing that you type something out. I guess maybe I should say you type something out. And it may seem to be a small thing to hit that send button, but the truth is, on social media, in messaging among people, and even in things that get said face to face, great problems have been created when minds were not thinking. And parents need to have the ability to see what's going on in your life. It's not because they do not trust you. It's not because they don't think you can handle it. It's because you're not an adult yet. I know that's a rule that hurts the way you think. Nobody likes to be called a child. Nobody likes to be called children. No one likes to think people don't trust them. But the digital world is much more dangerous than we allow our minds to think. And Rule 3 helps parents alleviate the danger of messages and other things that might send. Here's Rule 4. You do not have the ability to add or remove apps from the device. Your parents are the only ones who have the ability and access to add or remove apps. This includes smartphones, tablets, or gaming consoles. The digital world is not just for phones. May I speak to parents for just a minute? You need to be aware that we've talked in this series a large amount of time about tablets and phones, but gaming consoles, Chromebooks, laptops, desktop computers, and anything else that has a digital footprint has the ability to have apps added or removed. And we need to understand that as parents, we need to know what is in the digital life of our children. We need to know what is there and what has been removed. That helps us understand what they are for. And thus, as we think about parents having the ability to add or remove apps, we need to understand they are the ones who are looking for your safety. Rule 4 builds safety. Here's Rule 5. You might receive content that you know has zero parental approval. Remember that others might not live by the same rules. Life is not fair, and you do not have a choice here. If someone asks for a sexy photo, talk to your parents. If you receive a sexy photo, talk to your parents. Do not panic. All problems can be fixed. I'm thinking of a young man who lives in the state of Tennessee. He was in middle school, and he, along with a large number of students, received a photo. They didn't ask for it. They didn't seek it out. It just became a notification. They all went to their phones, and they opened up that message app. And they opened up the message that was new. And before them was content that their parents did not approve of. Some excelled. One young man in particular took his phone, he went home, and he gave it to his parents. He did not reply. He did not save it. He did not send it anywhere else. He rose above. That is the type of behavior we're looking for. Others, unfortunately, took that content and shared it with others. And before it was known, it had went to hundreds of devices. You see, don't panic. All problems can be fixed, but remember this, sometimes we make our problems bigger because we panic and act on our own. Here's Rule 6. Parental controls are on your phone. This is not an option. This is not removable. This is not to be tampered with, or access will be removed. Your parents will know what you do and what you receive. This is not because we do not trust you, but because we live in a digital reality. The two programs that I suggest most for parents is Circle and Bark. And you can go throughout this program, Danger Zone, and find the segments where we discuss Circle and Bark. In a personal note, I would suggest Bark as the most robust program that exists. There are other programs that exist that can be put on computers, tablets, and mobile devices that deal with the dangers of pornography. If that's something you're looking for, reach out to me on the contact button on the website, and there you can get contact with me, and I can talk to you about other devices and other apps that aren't a part of this regular routine program. But Rule 6 has to do with parental controls. This is not because of a lack of trust. This is because adult content that shouldn't be there either, risque content that shouldn't be there either, comments and suggestions that should never be made sometimes fly through the digital atmosphere. And your parents simply want to protect you. Here's Rule 7. You will answer your parents as soon as possible. If you miss a call or text from your parents, simply respond. Call back or text back. The primary purpose of the phone is for communication. Other digital mediums are different. failure to communicate with your parents will be considered a red flag. It will make them think you have something to hide. The truth is, for most people, there is nothing to hide. However, I can tell you this, as a parent, the number one thing I want to be able to do is to communicate. And if I cannot communicate, then I automatically think something is wrong. That's not because you have done something wrong or my children have done something wrong. It is because I understand the world that you live in, that I live in. And I understand there are dangers even beyond what I see. And communication is the easiest and most simplistic way for parents to know all is well. Rule 7 is designed to give parents relief. Here's rule number 8. Your devices are not unlimited in time or usage. You will only use the approved devices during designated time periods. Shared spaces, like the kitchen and family room, provide accountability and are safe zones for you to use your devices. They will not be in your room overnight or when you are alone. No phone zones for our family include bedrooms, bathrooms, meal times, school, church, or family gatherings. You see, this rule is not so that you just can't use them. It's because there are things that are dangerous. And there are times that parents, they want to have just unlimited access to talk to you. It's really hard to talk to somebody and to listen to what they're doing when they're buried in something else. And thus you have the opportunity to communicate. May I give you something that will help you? Communicate with your parents. Tell them what's going on. Do you want to build some goodwill with your parents? Tell them before they know. Tell them what you're worried about and let them help you. This unlimited realization of time on a phone, it may create problems that you never have understood. Rule number 8 is about engaging your parents, engaging your family with togetherness. Here's rule 9. Your personality is not digital. Social media, gaming, and other digital sites are great, but do not let it become who you are and what you are. Nothing replaces face-to-face contact. Nothing replaces the ability to talk to others. Never say anything in a text that you would not say face to face. Learn to live without batteries. What happens when you can't find the charger? It stresses you out, doesn't it? What happens when that little battery goes from green to yellow to red, from 90 to 80 to 60 to 20 to 10 to 5%? Don't let it rule your life. What happens when people don't like your post? What happens when nobody comments? What happens when you don't win that game? The truth is, nothing. Because digital lives are not real lives. And what Rule 9 does is it helps you design your life so that you are not dependent on technology. Here's Rule 10. You can break the rules, and you will not get away with it forever. Having these devices are expensive. Your parents pay for the devices and any monthly service charges. As with any valuable possession, it must be taken care of to remain valuable. Devices can be taken away for any amount of time. This is a privilege and not a right. I know maybe you're thinking they'll never know. And maybe that's true. Maybe that's true. But I want to tell you something. Do you want to live your life where you're always trying to not get caught? Even the best who fool everybody eventually are discovered. Even the best. You may get away with it for a time, but it will not last forever. Rule 10 has to do with the permanence of your decisions. I want to share with you something as we bring this particular scene to a close. As we've looked at some things that help us develop conversations between parents and children, I want to share this one thing with you. Communicate. Talk to one another. Parents, don't get mad. I know the first thing a dad wants to do is yell. I got you, I hear you. I know the first thing a mom wants to do is sick her husband on her kids. I understand. But this is a time to breathe. This is a time to teach. This is a time to train. To young people, I would say this. Don't forget that your parents love you. And the reason that you're watching this today with them, the reason they're going through all the things of this course is because they love you. And they're concerned about you. And they want you to be safe. I know that's not on your radar, but I promise you it's on your parents. I'm Jonathan Burns. This is Danger Zone, Parenting in the Digital Age, Rules for All Technology.